Okay,
I'll get on it.
get on it. World map. You just opened the world map. It details major locations of interest around the Kingdom of Ferelden. You can use the world map to travel to various locations, although some are not available until you meet certain criteria. We can only go to Lothering. Once we move past that, things will open up quite a lot.
And I expect each of you to supply these men. We must rebuild what was lost at Ostagar, and quickly. There are those who would take advantage of our weakened state if we let them. We must defeat this darkspawn incursion, but we must do so sensibly and without hesitation.
Your lordship, if I might speak. You have declared yourself Queen Anora's regent, and claim we must unite under your banner for our own good. But what of the army lost at Ostagar? Your withdrawal was most fortuitous.
Everything I have done has been to secure Ferelden's independence. I have not shirked my duty to the throne, and neither will any of you!
The Banorn will not bow to you simply because you demand it.
Understand this. I will brook no threat to this nation from you or anyone.
Van Tegan, please!
Your Majesty, your father risks civil war. If Eamon were here...
Van Tegan, my father is doing what is best.
Did he also do what was best for your husband, Your Majesty? Twisted.
Okay, there's quite a lot of them. The biggest weakness with Morgan at the moment is she doesn't have any area of effect abilities besides Mind Blast, and I think this is centered on her. But no area of effect damage or anything.
Creatures!
Oh crap. I was there. Serious trouble. Try to heal yourself a little bit. We'll try to disrupt this bastard.
I'll be the
Yeah, that should do it. He wags his tail happily and pants. Okay. I think this is the Mabari I helped cure back at Ostagar.
I think he was out there looking for you. He's chosen you. Mabari are like that. They call it imprinting.
Does this mean we're going to have this mangy beast following us about now? Wonderful.
He's not mangy.
No, he is not mangy. If you like him, you can have him.
Me? I don't want a dog. I can barely take care of myself.
So many comments come to mind, I cannot even begin to choose.
At any rate, he must remember you helping him back at Ostagar. You're imprinted. Lucky you.
I suppose he might be Andy. Name for the dog. Dog. Party approval. One of your party members has begun to genuinely like you and respect your leadership. That will be the dog. As you improve your relationship with party members, head back to camp to speak with them. They'll be much more willing to open up when they don't have to worry about death around every corner, and you'll need to talk to them more if you want to continue to improve your relationship. You can track party members' approval rating using the orange bar at the bottom of the character record.
Now's better than later.
Silk Route. Not too bad of a fight.
All right, all right.
Wake up, gentlemen. More travelers to attend to. Led by a dwarf, oddly enough.
They don't look much like them others, you know. Maybe we should just let these ones pass.
Nonsense. Greetings, travelers.
Highwaymen, preying on those fleeing the darkspawn, I suppose.
They are fools to get in our way. I say, teach them a lesson.
Now, is that any way to greet someone? A simple 10 silvers, and you're free to move on.
Yeah. So you're the toll collectors then?
Indeed, for the upkeep of the Imperial Highway. It's a bit of a mess, isn't it?
Perhaps you should charge more then.
You want to pay more? Well, we'll happily accept donations.
No. What? I'm just saying it's rough business for such pittance.
I could be mistaken, but that sounded threatening.
Sounded like a threat to me.
Interesting, because you seem a bit outnumbered.
It's hard to be outnumbered by common thugs.
Well, I can't say I'm pleased to hear that. We have rules, you know.
Right. We get to ransack your corpse then. Those are the rules.
Fine. Fight with you. You can certainly try.
Well, this is going nowhere. Let's finish this, gents.
Bond leader.
Got it.
Oh shit, I'm taking huge amounts of damage. Don't even go after the leader. Stun enemies. I might as well stick with the leader at this point. He's already down to half health. Yeah, he's going down.
Tis a
All right.
good day.
We surrender. We're just trying to get by before the darkspawn get us all.
You picked the wrong target.
Yes, of course. We should have been more careful. I'm sorry.
And over everything you've stolen.
Yes, of course. The coins we collected are right here. Just over 100 silvers. The rest is in the chests we brought. I swear.
Hey. Questions.
Well, what could I tell you? We aren't even from these parts.
What news have you heard?
Everyone's saying how the Grey Wardens betrayed the king during the Darkspawn fight. Got him and themselves killed. Tern Logain pulled out just in time. First thing he's doing as regent is putting a bounty on Grey Wardens.
Heard any news about survivors from the battle?
Couple, maybe. A group of wounded ash warriors came by earlier. Got right out of their way.
So, what's happening in Lothering?
It's packed full. The band took his men north with Tern Logain, so there's no one looking out for it except a few Templars at the Chantry. Well, I was just trying to feed my family, you know?
So, what exactly have you been doing?
Well, watching for folks fleeing from the south. Chasing from the wilds and farmholders, mostly. There aren't soldiers here anymore, so we help ourselves. We try not to hurt anyone too much. Well then, let me go!
I'm not entirely sure what to do. Thing is, they were trying to kill all of us, and now they're just trying to weasel out of it when they started losing. So I don't give a crap about turning them into the authorities. I'm not the law police here, so. Yep, I think it's time for you to die.
I'm not going down without a fight!
Oh, we got 1 gold, 50 silver. That's nice.
I'll get on.
Yeah, so you're doing nothing. At least charging. But am I not hitting anything? I mean, I'm not really hitting anything. And I'm being shot at.
That was better than
That's lovely.
Quest completed. The bandits surrendered to you after suffering defeat at your hands. However, they needed to pay for their crimes, so you slew them all. Didn't really care about their crimes. Cared about their attempted murder of me and my group. Nice note, nice luck. A note from Sir Henrik. So many of my fellow knights have been searching for the urn. Surely one of them must have found Brother Genitivi by now. Still, until I hear that all is well, I must proceed as planned. Brother Genitivi holds the key to finding the urn of sacred ashes. We always knew this, but I believe I now know where Brother Genitivi lies. I have been to his home in Denerim and found the trail, and I am amazed that other knights have not done likewise. Unless they have. No, it is best not to get caught up in thoughts of conspiracy. Sir Donald awaits my report in Lothering. I must go to him immediately and report what I have learned. Should anyone find these ramblings, all I ask is that he be informed of my fate. I pray that he complete what I cannot. A note from Sir Henrik Gilbert.
That was better than later.
Got a nice injection of cash from this, and quite a few health items. 11 gold. Once we get up to 15, we might be able to even buy something.
Can I get you a ladder so you can get off my back?
Well, there it is. Lothering. Pretty as a painting.
Ah, so you have finally decided to rejoin us, have you? Falling on your blade in grief seemed like too much trouble, I take it.
Is my being upset so hard to understand? Have you never lost someone important to you? Just what would you do if your mother died?
Before or after I stopped laughing.
Right, very creepy. Forget I asked.
What did you want to talk about, Alistair?
His navel, I suspect. He certainly has been contemplating it for long enough.
Oh, I get it. This is the part where we're shocked to discover how you've never had a friend your entire life.
I can be friendly when I desire to. Alas, desiring to be more intelligent does not make it so.
Anyway, I thought we should talk about where we intend to go first.
So, you have some thoughts on that point?
This should be good.
I think what Flemeth suggested is the best idea. These treaties, have you looked at them?
No, not yet.
There are three main groups that we have treaties for. The Dalish Elves, the Dwarves of Orzammar, and the Circle of Magi. I also still think that Arleman is our best bet for help. We might even want to go to him first.
So, since we're getting opinions, I might as well ask for Morgan's. What do you think we should do, Morgan?
Go after your enemy directly. Find this man Loghain and kill him. The rest of this business with the treaties can then be done in safety.
Yes, he certainly wouldn't see that coming, and it's not like he has the advantage of an army and experience and...
I was asked for my opinion and I gave it. If your wish is to come up with reasons why something cannot be done, we will stand here until the darkspawn are upon us.
Is there a way to contact the Grey Wardens?
Short of leaving Ferelden to seek them out, the only place to send word to would be Weishaupt Fortress. And that's thousands of miles away.
So that's not really an option. Well, we could send a message, I suppose. But I seem to recall Duncan already said that they did send a message, but it would take time. So there is a request for help already on the way, and I'm assuming Duncan knew how to contact them. I certainly have no idea how I would go about doing that. Besides paying someone I don't really trust to go to Orlais and try to locate any Grey Warden with a message. And we need to find these people.
I can give you directions, if you like.
Okay, where do we find our demon?
He'll be at Castle Redcliffe, in the far western part of Ferelden, next to the mountain passes. If he isn't there, someone will be able to tell us where he is.
And what about the Dalish elves?
If we head eastward, towards the Brazilian forest, we should hear word of one of the clans that wanders that area. Hopefully they will still be there.
Circle of the Magi?
That will be at their tower on Lake Kallenhard to the north. We'll be looking for the first enchanter, whoever that is.
Loghain?
If he isn't out in the field with his army, he's probably going to be at the palace in Denerim. We can go to Denerim, but somehow I suspect that they're not going to let us just walk around. Only a suspicion, of course.
I've been exiled from Orzammar. Can't go back.
You're going to have to. I certainly wouldn't want to go there alone.
Why? Would it frighten you? Are you afraid of dark and sunken places?
I mean, we won't have any choice. You'll be there under Grey Warden business, and the dwarves will just have to see reason.
They certainly are renowned for an abundance of reason, 'tis true.
So how do we get to Orzammar from here exactly? By the way, Morrigan is a terrible bitch. Even if she doesn't think all that much of Alistair and would have good reason to not to think too much of him, there's no reason to try to constantly keep rubbing that in and try to antagonize him. So she's just causing needless trouble and friction. How do we get to Orzammar from here exactly?
You don't know where Orzammar is?
He doesn't know how to find it on the surface, fool. He has never been here before.
If you follow the west road around Kallenhard Lake into the mountains through Gerland's Pass, from there I expect you'd know the way.
Okay.
Then you have a plan.
Yep, I'm ready to get going.
Fair enough. Let's head into the village whenever you're ready.
Refugees. I'd like to get at least the Lothering part past that before I'll talk to any of my companions. But we do want to, maybe when we first reach the camp, at least talk to the team we're mostly moving with. If we keep delaying things, we'll get more companions and more things start to happen, so things will start to pile up. It'll take... After that, it'll take... If we have a large amount of companions, have played the game quite a bit before getting to know people, it'll probably take a couple of hours, with no exaggeration, to just go through all the dialogue. And it's not like it's something bad dialogue or tedious, just to get to know the people, maybe learn something useful, maybe even learn new skills or specializations. I don't think I'll be trying to maximize my approval. Maybe at least to the point that it's on not negative on anyone. I don't want to lose companions, even if I personally don't care about someone. I still could use the extra sword arm at certain points. Even though you mostly move with your small group, at some situations more than these people might be able to take or affect the situation. So they're not entirely wasted, even though...
So let's talk about your mother for a moment.
I'll get on.
I'd rather talk about your mother.
Well, there's nothing to talk about. And besides, isn't your mother a scary witch who lives in the middle of a forest? Much more
Now's better
interesting.
than later.
To you, perhaps, you would find the moss growing upon a stone interesting.
You know what's more interesting than that?
All right, all right.
Apostates, mages, outside of the tower. That's illegal, you know.
You did not read that in a book somewhere, did you? I hope the small letters did not strain you overmuch.
Oh, we could not talk about your mother. That works for me.
We were lucky. We had the coin to pay the toll to those bandits. Many didn't.
I hear those bandits are back again. Why don't the Templars kill them?
That's a good question.
We don't see many dwarves in these parts. You here to trade?
Okay. Not every dwarf is a merchant, you know.
Yeah, and my Aunt Fanny's an Orlesian chevalier. You working with a fella by the bridge?
It's a dwarf by the bridge.
Not a dwarf, a merchant. Gouging folks by charging a fortune for the basics. They shouldn't have come here with nothing, I guess. Can't promise I'm gonna answer them.
Questions. So, who's in charge of this village?
You could talk to the Elder, though she's got her hands full getting everyone on their way. For now, most folks go to Sir Bryant. He's head of the Chantry's Templars.
Brave Sir Brian. You don't have a ruling lord?
He's gone to war and taken all his soldiers, leaving us to fend for ourselves. There's not going to be much left when he returns. If he returns.
So, anything else going on?
What isn't? We got chastened barbarians in every farmholder south of Callanhard running from the darkspawn. Not that they'll be safe here with the army gone.
Were those bandits always outside the village?
Were? You mean they're gone?
Yes, I drove them off.
Well, goody for you. Now there's no one to drive off the blighted refugees. Sir Brian'll be glad, though. He's been talking about offering a reward for anyone who'd run them out. Don't let me stop you.
I'm not. I am certainly not.
You there. If you're looking for... Move on if you can. Lothering's lost.
What do you mean?
We've had refugees streaming from the south for the last 2 days. The Chantry and Tavern are full to bursting. There simply isn't enough food to go around, and we Templars can barely keep order. You'd be better off elsewhere, my friend.
Thanks for the warning.
Best of luck wherever you might go.
Change party. Like we have an option.
It's just a guess, but I'm thinking everyone in Lothering is aware of the approaching darkspawn horde.
No shit. Golden skid. 490 black. I guess the 490 black is a year, so sort of a vintage. This battlefield spirit maintains a chill even in direct sunlight, which it appears to absorb. Optimal serving is by the drop. Contact with exposed flesh is discouraged, but likely inevitable. It's just a battlefield spirit. It's a booze. Someone in our party is a booze hound.
Greetings, Sir Dwarf. Your folk are famous for their generosity. Might you spare some bread?
Well, what happened to you?
We thought it would be safer in Lothering, that the Terran would bring his soldiers here. But bandits attacked us and took everything. Our food, our clothes, my daughter's pet lamb. Nobody cares about a few elves. Can you help us?
I met those bandits. They're dead now.
You killed them?
That's wonderful news. Perhaps our belongings are still there.
I can't thank you enough, friend. Even if we don't get everything back, it's good to know others will be safe.
Okay. What are they complaining about? There's money all over these organ crates. Dog. No, I don't care about the little boy. Ooh, chanter board. That means jobs. Several organizations in Ferelden maintain job boards like this one. Once you have completed a task, speak to the organization's representative to receive your reward. Simple enough. Bandits, bandits everywhere. Know that all those who prey upon refugees do so under pain of death. The Maker spawns bandits and their kind. The Templars offer a sizable reward for apprehension or execution of the bandit leaders plying their trade in the northern woods and roads. Beware, the bandits are numerous and of considerable skill. Only a well-armed and well-trained party should brave the deep wood. We pray for the success of any who undertake this mission. Residents of good standing and passing travelers have indicated there are 3 bandits. 3 bandit groups in the northern wood. This humble chanter would echo Sir Brian's caution, lest you wind up another victim to these evil men. The reward for such service is 3 sovereigns, so 3 gold. May the Maker look after his children in our beloved, in our hour of need. Thinking it 3 monies for us.
And Eileen spoke unto the masses, my hearth is yours, my bread is yours, my life is yours. For all who walk in the sight of the Maker are one.
Greetings? Smile back. Yeah, the chanter nods and smiles.
Let all repeat the chant of light. Only the word dispels the darkness upon us.
He can't answer you. He's chanted Devons.
What's a chanter?
One of them that can only say the chant of light. His board has letters of good deeds to be doing. My father fixed Widow Allison's roof once, and the charter paid him, he did.
A learned child is a blessing upon his parents and onto the Maker.
Anything interesting on that board of yours?
Blessed are the peacekeepers, champions of the just.
Well, we've examined it, haven't we? Yeah, the EU, it does not, just because there's a single job there now, does not mean that's the only thing it offers. It might change. So, just because you check the board once does not mean there isn't going to be something new there later. Usually when you complete jobs, you might as well click on the board at the same time.
Back off. I have the right to charge what I wish.
You profit from their misfortune. I should have the Templars give away everything in your carts.
You wouldn't dare. Any of you step too close to my goods and I'll...
It's so nice to see everyone working together in a crisis. Warms the heart.
Oh, you there. You look able. Would you care to make a tiny profit helping a beleaguered businessman?
I don't really care. But I guess they're gonna drag me into it. Why would I want to help you?
Didn't I mention profit?
He is charging outlandish prices for things people desperately need. Their blood is filling his pockets.
'Tis only survival of the fittest. All of these cretins would do the same in his shoes, given the chance.
I have limited supplies. The people decide what those supplies are worth to them.
You bought most of your wares from these very people last week. Now they flee for their lives, and you want to talk business?
Look, stranger, I've 100 silvers if you drive this rabble off, starting with that priest. I'm an honest merchant, nothing more.
Yeah, they're putting me into a very awkward position here. They're basically want to make me make a choice on principle, because they don't provide any details. Supplies people desperately need. No mention of what supplies. No mention of any kind of prices, so I can't tell if they're vital supplies. I can't tell if the prices are truly outlandish. It is reasonable for him to try to get a profit from this. And just because he happened to buy his supplies from them a few weeks ago does not mean they get to say or get to buy it back now at pretty much the same price they sold their stuff to them. Anyone who has any understanding of trade anyway, he knows that the people who produce the produce usually get not all that great of a portion of the actual profit when you sell the produce to a consumer. A lot of it goes to the people doing the trading or selling in this case. So it's not at all unreasonable that the price would be considerably higher than the one they got when they sold their stuff, especially since the situation is what it is. And I don't like it because I can't. This is a principle decision, not I can't make a choice what's happening in this specific situation because there's no details provided. It's game makers decided they want to create this situation, but they didn't want to create a specific situation for you to make a choice on. They wanted you to make this generalized situation where there are no real details and make a choice on principle, and I just like this. Because I know what the reactions are gonna be, and there's no negotiation really of reasonableness in that sense. There's probably some kind of persuade option. I'm not going to act as a simple mercenary. Not really interested, but Agree those of you not to here to do business leave now. I could go for, I think the sensible approach would be to try to keep the conversation going and come to a compromise. So, you don't think you're being unscrupulous?
Would it help these folks if they could buy no goods at all?
They spend their very last coin because they are desperate, and this man preys upon them as surely as the bandits outside the city.
Ah, I'm not arguing anymore. Drive off this woman and get your 100 silvers. Otherwise, I'm taking my wagon and leaving.
Yeah. Okay. Lower your prices or lose your goods. I think we can compromise and still make a profit, no? It seems like this would be the option that they would have gone on their own. The merchant is not going to take his wares and just drive off. That simply isn't going to happen. He would take a loss on everything if he can't get rid of his goods. It is sort of an empty threat in that sense, but in the game you never know what they will do. They might not really act, because there's no real business consideration to be made. It's just he'll do what the maker decided he'll do. I know if I'll make a compromise, Morrigan will just bitch about it, because I wasn't with the survival of the fittest. I should have abandoned everything else for my own good. Sacrifice people who are basically unable to fill their basic need, potentially for a little bit of gold. So Morgan is a terrible, 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 terrible person. Her own redeeming quality pretty much is that she's voiced by a very appealing actor. Huh. Let's try the compromise. I think you can compromise and still make a profit, no?
Perhaps. If that woman agrees I'm allowed to charge something.
Do what you must, so long as the prices do not beggar the needy.
Fine, fine, done. And since you don't look too needy, normal prices for you.
So, we have come to solve every squabble in the village personally. My, but the Darkspawn will be impressed.
Thank you for your generous assistance. May the Maker watch over your path.
Yeah, Morgan disapproves. Morgan is a very naive person, and pretty bad person anyway. I mean, naive in the sense
Can I get you a ladder so you can get
she
off
has
my
no
back?
concept of what being in a leadership position really
Now's better
means.
than later.
It means everyone who basically notices that you're the one that's making decisions in charge will more be extremely happy to dump all their problems for you to solve. Trying to be here in and ignoring everyone, it's not really an option if you want to carry that responsibility. You're going to have to solve quite a lot of them. You could delegate the issues, the small issues,
Don't suppose you're looking to buy something?
but you can't ignore it.
All right. Just don't buy everything up.
Yep. And was he gouging on firebombs and acid flasks? That was a big problem there. Maybe firebomb recipes were too expensive. Was that our need here? Corruptor agents, maybe. It could have been just a food merchant that I don't even have access to. That would have been simple enough. That there's basically not enough food to go around, and he would be charging something really outrageous. You don't have to go into details to the point of giving it an exact numerical value. You could have just said he's charging 10 times what the goods are worth. So even you don't have to have a number, but you have to have something to have a relative understanding of what the hell he is charging. Charging above normal value in this situation would be the normal thing to do, and definitely with these type of goods, I don't really see why they would care. So what to do? I guess we'll dump quartz. I like to keep most of the gems until we get out of Lothering. The reason is simply I don't know if these have any additional uses. I don't recall them having, but I don't really recall much. The thing is I do recall is that when time passes in the game, Lothering will not be accessible anymore because of the light will spread from the south. So I don't want to sell anything even remotely valuable here. Just in case I happen to change my mind and wanting it at some point. It's pretty hard to do that when the city is gone. So I'm dumping mainly items that are totally worthless. And just enough to make it through out of this city. We might want to take some recipes. Oh, wait a minute. Freeze bombs, fire bomb. Explodes with flame, dealing fire damage to all creatures it hits. I have no idea if these are worthwhile. Any requirements? Requires poison making to use, so you can't even throw a grenade unless your character has a little bit of poison making, and I don't really think Morgan might be the only one who has at this point. So these don't make all that much sense at the moment. Any useful items we want to take? Not really. Well, the crossbow if we had someone who used crossbows. Enchanter's staff isn't bad, but it's nothing amazing either. And a flask of red wine. 3. This is so cheap of a gift. I don't think I'll even bother buying it. I mean, it has very low value and it's generic wine, so we'll leave things at this. I guess in general, if we want to be helpful to people, we'll have to ditch Morgan very soon. Otherwise she'll be bitching about everything and I'll have to work harder to keep her at least neutral. So we need a replacement for Morgan.
Where are you?
Stop
I think
at
the
me,
city...
mongrel. I have nothing you want. Why do you keep staring at me so, you flea-ridden beast? Can you not tell when you are not wanted? I enjoy company of creatures of the wild, not stench-ridden domesticated wolves. And he persists. Maddening!
I think this Lothering provides 2 potential recruits. No, I think we'll take them.
Terran Logain is the new regent. Isn't that a good thing?
I heard that he may have had something to do with the king's death.
I thought darkspawn killed the king. That doesn't make any sense.
It's probably political nonsense. We'll be lucky if they don't burn down the entire country fighting over the throne.
Okay.
How dare you accuse me of thievery? I saw you take the supplies from my car.
You know this place will be overrun by the darkspawn soon. If we go,
marsh folk are all
we won't be able to
thieves
come
and
back.
liars.
Enough! People here are already desperate and frightened. They don't need you two coming to blows.
But what about my food?
I said enough!
Shokke basit isra, marade starit, merade twasit, abana kyun, maras shokra. You aren't one of my captors. I have nothing to say that would amuse a dwarf. Leave me in peace.
What are you?
A prisoner. I'm in a cage, am I not? I've been placed here by the Chantry. I am Sten of the Beresad, the vanguard of the Kunari peoples.
I'm Durin, pleased to meet you.
You mock me. Or you show manners I have not come to expect in your lands. Though it matters little now, I will die soon enough.
This is a proud and powerful creature, trapped as prey for the darkspawn. If you cannot see a use for him, I suggest releasing him for mercy's sake alone.
Mercy? I wouldn't have expected that from you.
I would also suggest that Alistair take his place in the cage.
Yes, that's what I would have expected.
I suggest you leave me to my fate.
What did you do to end up in here?
I have been convicted of murder. Have the villagers not spoken of this?
Who did you murder? Who did you murder?
The people of a farmhold. 8 humans, in addition to the children.
Yikes. Capturing you must have been difficult.
There is no difficulty in capturing prey that surrenders.
You didn't resist the capture.
I waited for several days until the knights arrived.
Why?
Because I wished to.
What an odd thing to do.
Either you have an enviable memory or a pitiable life to know nothing of regret.
Aren't you interested in seeking atonement?
Death will be my atonement.
There are other ways.
Perhaps. What does your wisdom say is equal to my crime?
You could help me defend the land against the Blight. I think we do need to give him a reason. Because he surrendered on his own, he has a regret. He needs a reason. He's not satisfied just going free for no reason. So, help me defend the land against the Blight.
The Blight? Are you a Grey Warden, then?
Yes.
Surprising. My people have heard legends of the Grey Warden's strength and skill. Though I suppose not every legend is true.
Would the revered mother let you free?
Perhaps if you told her the Grey Wardens need my assistance. It seems as likely to bring my death as waiting here. Farewell, then.
A penitent man left to be torn to pieces by darkspawn. 'Tis a fine example of the Chantry's mercy, is it not?
Yeah, he just killed 8 people and their children, so... Just because he regret doing it does not mean everything's okay. If that would be enough, there wouldn't be much need for police or a justice system anyway.
Got it.
Well, look what we have here, men. I think we've just been blessed.
Uh-oh. Logain's men. This can't be good.
Didn't we spend all morning asking about a dwarf by this very description? And everyone said they hadn't seen one.
It seems we were lied to.
Gentlemen, surely there's no need for trouble. These are no doubt simply more poor souls seeking refuge.
They're more than that. Now stay out of our way, sister. You protect these traitors, you'll get the same as them.
Yep. It looks like he wants a fight, and I'm happy to oblige.
Right, let's make this quick.
Okay. 3 archers, 2 melee guys. Shouldn't be too bad. Commander might be trouble. Yeah, we'll focus fire on him.
Alright, you've won. We surrender.
Good. They've learned their lesson and we can all stop fighting now.
They aim to butcher us. They deserve no mercy.
Please wait!
They have surrendered. They were no match for you. Let them be.
Take a message to Logain then. I don't want to. Seems like things might start to go against us if we press the issue here. So, take a message to Logain.
What do you want to tell him?
The Grey Wardens know what really happened.
I'll tell him right away. Now, thank you.
I apologize for interfering, but I couldn't just sit by and not help.
And who are you anyway? No. Ooh, so I see. Where does a sister learn to fight like that?
I wasn't born in the Chantry, you know. Many of us had more colorful lives before we joined. Let me introduce myself. I am Liliana, one of the lay sisters of the Chantry here in Lothering. Oh, I was.
I'm doing a pleasure.
Those men said you're a Grey Warden. You will be battling the darkspawn, yes? That is what Grey Wardens do. I know after what happened, you will need all the help you can get. That's why I'm coming along.
Okay. Yeah, I will need help, that's true.
That, and the Maker wants me to go with you.
Oh, the Maker's on my side. Welcome aboard then. Alright, I believe this is where I back away slowly. Now, can you elaborate?
I know that sounds absolutely insane, but it's true. I had a dream. A vision.
More crazy? I thought we were all full up.
Look at the people here. They are lost in their despair, and this darkness, this chaos, will spread. The Maker doesn't want this. What you do, what you are meant to do, is the Maker's work. Let me help.
Yep. I won't turn away help when it's offered.
Perhaps your skull was cracked worse than Mother thought.
Thank you. I appreciate being given this chance. I will not let you down.
Yeah. Finally we can get rid of Morrigan.
Damnation. Indeed.
Well, hearing her arguing with Alistair is amusing enough, I suppose. But in a situation like this, where the entire town is in need, and a lot of our things we have to do here are helping people in need to get what we want, to get more money, to finish up quests, things like that. She'll just lose a lot of. We'll just lose influence with her.
Is supposed to be anyway. Do you think they understand everything we say?
I'm cold. I don't like this.
Oh, is that so? You could just be listening to the tone of my voice. You could be an utter moron for all we know. Hey now! There's nothing saying that a moron can't be cute and adorable. Who's the cute and adorable puppy? Ignorance is bliss, isn't it? That's what the Chantry kept telling me anyhow.